Okay, and welcome to my Dyson Sphere video. Okay, so what we're doing at the moment is we're just sort of going on a nice lazy orbit around my planet, just to have a look at quite how terrible my town planning was. Like the first time everybody plays this game, you just tend to put things where you need them, and then when you realise quite what a bad plan that is, you start actually putting things in places. My problem is that I don't know where everything is. I have to spend time in planet mode trying to find things. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about something that I've done that I am pretty proud of. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go and have a look at it. There we are. That is my Dyson Sphere. Okay, that's the culmination of over 200 hours of work. Now, it's not the first one that I did, but the first couple of attempts I really wasn't happy with the way it was shaping up, and I ended up destroying it and starting again. So quite a bit of those 200 hours of like false starts, if you like. This is what we've ended up with. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to boost up a bit, so get about 300 meters per second, and we're going to go and have a look at the Dyson Sphere. So when I was thinking of a design for this, I wasn't quite happy with the standard. Okay, so the game just says do a sphere. In fact, you don't even need to do the sphere to complete the mission on it, but that's the whole point of the game. So this is what we do. The layouts and designs for, you can do like a football shape, and you can do a standard sort of geometrical shapes, but it all looked kind of boring, and I figured if I'm going to be spending 200 hours creating something, then I want something that looks pretty to show for it. So this is where I came up with this idea. Okay, so for anybody that knows conversations that I've had, particularly around about city skyline and roundabouts, we do like a good swirly design, and this, as I'm sure you'll agree, is fairly swirly. The sphere actually turns out to be quite perfect, a geometrical shape for you to do something like this, and I wanted something that stood out from all the other designs. So looking through Reddit and Steam and things like that to see what other people are posting, and yeah, there are some really good, interesting designs out there, and there's a lot of what I would call standard designs on it, and I wanted to go for something that was like my own, swirly, and stood out from all the rest of them. Okay, so this is what we come up with. Now we go and have a look, and we'll start with this side. Okay. Now the problem with doing the swirly design is that they don't meet in the middle. Because it gets closer together at each pole, the longitudes get closer, it's actually impossible with the design to put the nodes in a place to allow it to meet in the middle, which is what I wanted. So I had to get a bit creative, and this is one solution that I came up with. I had all the bits meeting in a disc around the side, and I made a pretty pattern. And this one, I made a star. It's not quite even, but I'm pretty happy with the way it's shaped out. And then I started thinking, well, I've done a star for that one, do I just mirror it on the other side? And the answer is no, let's do something else. Okay? So this is quite cool. What have I done? I've left the sphere. There we go. Where are we going? That way, that was it. So this was the solution. It's like a fan radial pattern, and I really like this, especially the way it meets the two second layer radius bits. It really does look like it's either a swirling fan, or if we can go on the outside of it, the idea was of the hole in the middle, that you could look back through it and you see the sun in the middle, and then you have the radial fans coming out from the middle of it. Let's just fly out there and see if that's if I've achieved that effect. Okay, so while he's flying out, let's flip round. A bit this way. Now he's turned around. You see how bad my flying is. Can't actually see which direction he's flying in. So we need to go that way a bit. So he's flying over that bit, and then we'll see if we've done it. So, thinking about designing a sphere, I wanted it to be a little bit more than just a sphere, right? Because the way I look at it is, you can set machines in motion and send them out in the world, and you can give them programming, like design a most efficient energy-producing sphere, and send them out. But that's not really quite enough for me, to be honest. If you're going to create something this big on this kind of scale, I think you've got a lot of scope to be artistic with it. And at the end of it, what you're actually looking at is something that defines your culture, if you like. So my idea has always been, if you're going to make something, make it pretty. If you were a visiting human species, non-human species or whatever, and you were trying to look at what defines that culture, if you were just doing a standard sphere, you'd be like, wow, anybody could do that. That's like a very machine-orientated society. But when you have something that obviously encompasses a sense of artistry in it, then those visiting species are going to know there's something more to that group. So something that is over and above what it is to construct such a piece of technology. Let me know what you think.